Welcome to the flowerschool.com video library. I'm Leanne Kessler, Director of the Floral Design Institute, and today I'm here to share with you a beautiful succulent wrist corsage. We have to make them so often with homecoming, prom, weddings, and they can be easy and fun. Now yesterday I made a beautiful bridal bouquet using flowers from florabundance.com. You probably saw that video. And now I'm using the leftovers, the bits from Florabundance, to create this gorgeous wrist corsage. Let me show you how. The materials, all of your favorite things. Of course, I started with a single beautiful succulent. Then I added some lovely purple flowers and some grade flowers. Seeded eucalyptus, lisianthus, eryngium, delphinium, even a little tiny bit of hydrangea. Designed this way, yes, you can use hydrangea and it'll be beautiful. Then a bit of ribbon, all of it put together with your Oasis floral adhesive, and the base, the slap bracelet. It's my favorite way because it adjusts so well to fit any wrist. You can flatten it out to work and then just put it back on and it's ready to wear. To begin, I like to personalize the base. The slap bracelets are fabulous. I always buy them just in the white color because you can change it however you want. Just pull the tab off, so then you've got the base, and then using your Design Master color tool, you can paint it any color you want. You can see the purple, and then the more lavender. Then when you're done, just slide the tab back on, and then you're ready to begin. So this time I'm going to use the soft lavender, so I don't need the white, don't need the purple right now. And then I've got this ribbon. It's two-sided, shiny purple on one side, and then a little glittery on the other side. Now when I teach you in class to make a bow, we make a loop, and then we twist so that the shiny side always stays up. But this time, rather than twisting every time, I'm going to let it come back, and then twist. That way I get some purple and some with the more glittery. And I might go back with a glittery and twist so that I get glitter, and twist so I get glitter, but then stop and not twist so that I get that purple color again. Twist so that I get a little bit of purple. So you just got to look, see which side do I want to show in this particular loop. Make that decision whether or not you want to twist or if you want to leave it the same. And I just go back and forth, making it nice and full. Maybe a few that are a little bit longer. And then at the end, give it all a twist. And I've got extra ribbon, so cutting that, and then taking it and putting it in my hand backwards. So I've got some streamers that glitter and some that are solid. Then using a wire, fasten that together. So now I've got that secured, and I've got that two-color bow, which is just so fabulous. Cut the wire off. I don't need that. Press it flat, fluff out the ribbon. Then using your Oasis floral adhesive, you want to take that, put a little bit on the back side of the bow. Doesn't take very much. Let that begin to dry. Then put a little bit on the tab. Let that begin to dry. And what's going to happen, you have glue to glue, so it will securely set and not fall off. There's no risk of that. Now be careful, your glues do vary. You definitely want to use the Oasis floral adhesive, and I know I sound like an advertisement, and no, they're not paying me to say that, but the Oasis floral adhesive is the only glue that I trust to make sure that this will stay on and not come loose under any circumstances. And just nestling it in place, holding it securely, but to apply a bit of pressure until that's dry, and then you'll be ready to add all your other materials. The succulent, it's the heaviest, so I want to get that placed well, very first. Sometimes you want to adjust your ribbon. So like this one, the center loop, I'm going to give it a cut. That way I can open it out, make a better spot for my succulent to tuck down in there. Just kind of nestle it. Then again, putting glue both on the bow and on the succulent. So I set this in, let it begin to dry. Go back. I want to remove the stem. Don't want that at all. And then a bit of glue on the stem. And I go on to the little petals as well, just to make sure that they don't break off. Let it begin to dry. So I've got glue on the petals of the succulent, making sure I don't touch the face because it'll change the color. Glue on the bow. Then go back and just nestle them directly into each other. And again, hold it with a bit of pressure until it sets. The fun of today's contemporary wrist corsages is the amount of variety that we're using. So many different textures and contrasting colors. They're fabulous. But you just need bits of everything. So maybe a couple Orangium heads, just a couple, maybe one more for fun. A little bit of seeded eucalyptus, just tiny bits. And then maybe a single Lisianthus floret. Just pick one out here. You could use a bud as well. The buds are so delicate and graceful. But you can see it's tiny, tiny, tiny bits. The Belladonna delphinium, just a floret or two. And then the hydrangea. When we work with hydrangea, it dehydrates so badly, but when you use bits, just a few florets tucked in low, even as it dehydrates, it looks beautiful. So you can just break it down to little pieces, so you get the color and the look without the worry of it dehydrating and fading. Then again, they're so delicate, so it's easy to just take a little bit of glue right on the end. Squirt out too much like I just did there, best to go ahead and take a couple more and just dip it onto there. That way I've got it spread a little thinner. You don't want too much glue because it just gets messy. Then lifting the loops and nestling it in, adding a spot of color, tucking it around the succulent, and going back. Maybe letting the seeded eucalyptus hang down a tiny bit. Down with the streamers, enough glue on it to make sure that it'll stay. Just finding a spot to nestle it. Oh, that's going to be so beautiful. So much fun with the grade colors now, the succulents and the eucalyptus, and it works so well with blues and purples. This one I'm going to bring it up towards the top. So it's almost like it feeds through from one side to the other. Then the Lisianthus. Nestling that in there. Tucking it low. And going back with some Orangium. You see, adding that texture is so much fun. Absolutely gorgeous. We have so many more materials available to us now than when I first started. I can remember the first wrist corsages I made, we didn't do anything except for spray roses and baby's breath. And now, I've got seeded eucalyptus, Orangium, Lisianthus, succulents. There's just so much that I get excited, and I still have fun making wrist corsages. The last pieces, I'll go back and add the buds from the Lisianthus. Their stems are so tiny and delicate, it's easy to just kind of squeeze them in, find a little hole, brighten up that area. And then, sometimes as you're working, you might drop a little bit of glue. And if you do, just take another floret. Put glue on it, and then cover up wherever you might have a spot of glue. That way it doesn't matter. Just tucking that down in there. And if you didn't drop any glue, just use the rest of your florets until it's beautiful. Bring this one on down. Then using the mega beaded wire, just cut the beads completely off and use them individually to add a little bit of glitz and glamour. You've got all the natural, and then adding that real bright ball in there. The orb just adds just a little bit of color to brighten up everything else, make it seem even more special, and tie it all together. Creating a wrist corsage this beautiful makes me almost want to go back to high school so I can go to homecoming and prom. Well, no, I'm lying. I do not want to go back to high school. But making a wrist corsage like this makes me so happy. Wouldn't this be fun for the mother of the bride to wear at a wedding? Or maybe me, tonight, going out to dinner? I'll look like the belle of the ball, but I think David should take me out to dinner so I could wear my wrist corsage. Now, if you have questions, look for more inspiration, check out the website, flowerschool.com. If you have a question that you need an immediate answer, pick up the telephone and give me a call. It's 503-223-8089. And of course, I'd love to see what you create. Take a picture and send it to my personal email. It's Leanne, Leanne, at floraldesigninstitute.com. If I don't reply immediately, you'll know I'm out with my wrist corsage, enjoying a sidewalk cafe. Now it's your turn. Have fun and do something you love.